Hello everybody and welcome, and if this isn't your first episode, welcome back. Our first move is to actually get the sidewalk in, so I'm going to start digging this out, and I think we're going to use polished flagstone. One thing I'm not sure about this is the floor. We might change it to this just looks very plain and it all blends together. So I'm not sure what else we could put there. We might or we might not, I don't know. But that's just one of the main points, and we're going to keep pushing back. And then we're gonna hit a point where we start turning. We can push back that way and that way. But I just need to get some more TNT for that. Because digging that by hand, 55,000 deep slate is not easy to mine. So let me finish this one and we get started on our first build down here. And I almost forgot, today's texture pack is bare bones. And let's get it on now. I didn't explain it good last episode, but for the next 10 episodes, I'm gonna have a different texture pack on, just to keep it fresh, but I will be making the builds with the basic texture pack on, so it doesn't end up looking weird. So let's get that on now. And if y'all have any idea for any resource packs, just one thing, it has to be all the blocks. So it has to have 1.21 with it. That was one of the problems I was facing. This was originally supposed to be a Lego one, but I couldn't find one that has all the blocks. Most of it was, all of this wasn't included, so I just scrapped that and we went for bare bones. This is the second episode we're doing this, so we have about 8 more. That's the basic path in, but I'm thinking we can like break some parts in and make it a polished blackstone like mixture, which should look decent. And I checked how it looks without the texture pack, so I'm gonna get that part in right now. There we go. Now it's time to start using some of those shroom lights. Let's build our first lamppost. Right here should be a good spot. There we go. The perfect thing is we can just switch the lights whenever we want. Right now I'm gonna go for a purple for this one. The next one can be a yellow, then we go green. And I think we should do it like every 10-ish blocks. Like right here would be good. But we just got that in. So now let's focus on our first build. So this one, I'm trying to go for like an apartment type building, but with like an armor shop down there, or like a I don't know, it's a blast. It's not blast, it's blast something. They make armor, but I have the schematic for it. Now I just need to get the blocks, then we go into quick build mode, and we get it done immediately. And perfect, it's done. See, I went in like a blacksmith on the bottom. Right here we can have all our tools. I can do some armor stands right here. I just need to get them because right now I don't have anything to build them. And later we can start working on the inside. I want to build a super smelter in here, but I'm not quite sure how I should do that. How much room do we have? Yeah, we have enough room on the bottom. We can just put it under it. That's probably the best idea. So that's the first. You see I didn't make it right here. We're gonna continue building off of it till we get around over here, then we're gonna cut it off, then go left. At least that's my plan right now. I'll see how it changes. Interior, I did that. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I might change it, make it like a display at a store. I'm not quite sure yet. But now, let's start working on the inside and get the floor done. We're gonna go for a deep slate because it's a blacksmith and it just makes some more sense. First bit of decoration is gonna be this table. It's gonna be a workplace. So now let's use some armor stands and get a little life in here. And boom, we have some just sitting there. I sized them down a little to make them fit better. But overall, I think that looks good. We can put it like a lava bucket on it. But first, we need to get some dark oak so we can actually start working on this. We have the strip dark oak. And if you follow me in here, you can see where we're gonna make the super smelter. I gotta figure out how to fit one into this. Following me upstairs, you can see how we're gonna start doing this. We have our little stair pattern. First, we're gonna use a spruce floor just to give a little bit more life into here. And boom, a little bit that part's done. I'm gonna go get more spruce and we can have this settled. Taking a break from that, we actually have this. It's the hardest part was getting to look good at multiple angles, this was not a hard armor stand. It's actually pretty easy, but I had to change it because it just looked weird. It's facing forward. For this next move, I'm gonna use stone bricks because I want more of a industrial feeling. Like it's not very high-end apartments, because they would not be very high-end. They are like right above a blacksmith, so that just makes sense to me. Alright, I changed this a lot, so basically it's more of a display instead of a logo. We have our stuff right here, and my proudest part is the stick holding up the golden axe. And we actually used a trapdoor as like a shelf, which it's all, the good thing about this is all in this glass block, so that was a problem, make sure it doesn't budge out. But now that's most of this interior done, and we have one more building for this episode, and it will be right here. It's gonna be mostly tough, and I figured out this top layer, it's actually gonna be all our super smelter. I'm gonna cut this up and get it ready. Let's work on that right now. Here we go. Perfect. It's clear up here, and we're gonna continue being clear on the next one. Now this is decorated. Let's actually build another building. And that's boom, it's done. It's not a very big one, but we don't have very much room, but it should be enough. The way we're gonna actually power this is with all this coal we've been collecting for the past couple, I don't remember. We could make a wither skeleton farm. That'll give us like infinite coal. We can make an auto sorter and an auto crafter to get infinite coal blocks. We should power this thing for, who knows, forever maybe. I know right now we can't fit a kelp farm in here, which would be the main idea. We could have like pipes going over here to get some kelp in, which could be a possibility. We also could make another like building on top of here, but then we'd have to dig all that place out, so that's not really good a possibility. But we'll figure it out. Right now I'm gonna craft these on the blocks, and we have to actually find some more iron because we just used it all on this, and we have none. First, we're starting off with this building. I'm gonna give it a ladder. That definitely looks a lot better. Now we need some iron for our first apartment. First, we need an oven. It's definitely not much, but it'll do. Time to get ourselves a sink in here. Very simple, just this. And next we gotta get our shelves, which are just simple, but we need some cups for this, so let's go get that. We have a ton of cups over here, so let's just grab 4 and be on our way. Perfect, just what I'm looking for. We can put this up here for a plate. Exactly. Now let's put some water in this cauldron. We got water. I missed. We got water. We got beds. The only thing we need now is some residents. Time to shift to this building, and we can actually see we've done this. We separated it. Now it's time to work on the little stairs. Perfect. In this building, it's actually gonna be a funeral home, and we're gonna use it to hold all our monster parts and all our mob heads. So let's get our first coffin in right now. Nothing special, but it'll do. So now let's work on our pace right here. Let's start off with a coffin right here. Just very simple, the same one we just did, but we actually gotta take a little bit of this out so we can get in here. I might replace this with just regular glass. I'm not quite sure yet. We definitely do. It was messing up with the coffin and everything else we're gonna put in here. And that's done. I put a little flower, just give it a little bit of life, because this building is very lifeless, pun intended. We're gonna actually start making tubes and copper, but first we're gonna need a bottle of frog lights. So luckily, we made this last episode, but now I'm gonna go look for that trial chamber and start digging it out. So what we're gonna do is get this, pull it out, and spring it with copper. What we're gonna use in this is we're gonna put copper trapdoors around it, and it actually works as, it looks like energy in here. So from the energy from the power plant, it's gonna push into the walls and it's gonna hang from the ceiling, giving energy to all the buildings around here. And the perfect thing about this, it actually lights this place up a lot. Because when we don't have the full bright on, you can't see nothing. So if we just spread these around, we should have our lighting problem fixed in no time. More tubes. Just infinite tubes everywhere. Our next focus should just be lighting this place up. I placed frog lights around here so we can actually see it here. I wish I actually did this in this light gray, but right now I can't do nothing about it because all the armor stands. This is where the next building's gonna be. It's gonna be way different than these. It's gonna have the same style, but it's gonna have a way different color palette. I chose a whitish diorite base. I was gonna go for quartz, but that doesn't really seem realistic down here. I went for a more cherry apple wood, so it would just lighten this place up because it's starting to get a bit dark down here. So we just need to build out. So now we just have to get the stairs up here, which is pretty easy. Then it's just mostly separation. First idea is to separate this. So this is the living room, and this up there is gonna be the storage containers area. The one thing I gotta figure out is what I'm gonna do with this closet area. There's definitely something to do, I just can't put my finger on it. It has a very small place with only like 30 boxes available, but I don't know, it's gonna be like storage for random blocks that doesn't have this place. But now, let's focus on the basement. Now, the main purpose of the build is still up in the air. I know I'm gonna have chests up here to hold up my valuables, like my diamonds and all of that. But for like custom armor that can also be in here, and they can be held in these glass containers. Overall, the build does give a lot more life to this area, having to be brighter and just having a contrast from the other side of the road while filling in the room more like I wanted. Now to add a little bit more decoration out here, so we're gonna copy this. That's two more pushed out. This one I put some more variation, having different types of tough and deep slate. But now, I'm gonna just keep copying them until we have no room to copy them. So only about one more, then we gotta start getting rid of this. Couple ways to fix this lighting problem. I made these crates with frog lights in it, but now, let's focus on more of the entrance and make it more black with the concrete. Our big part of this is the warped wood, so it's gonna have a bluish color scheme. One thing we have to do soon is fix up that nether, cause it's getting uglier and uglier by the minute. That should definitely be more than enough. Now it's time to work on the last build of the day. This is basic first floor, let's spruce it up a little bit. That's better. Now let's complete the second floor. Time to do a little bit of texturing, using these stripped warp blocks and the warped stems, just to give it a bit more texture. Now let's put some decorations on it, then we can go on the third and final layer. For now, let's work on the last layer. I'm just gonna texture it while I'm up there. Time to add some trim to this, just to give a bit more life, and have a little contrast of color. But now, oops, I missed. We're gonna continue this up there. Now, let's put the last finishing touches with a satellite dish, and some wires coming out of here. You know, it doesn't make the most sense, considering we're up underground, but that doesn't really matter, doesn't it? A little bit of decoration we're gonna use is glass panes and these end rods to make more of a like a nether portal texture in here. This way we can change it up and not have it be like a storefront, and more of just like something mysterious, which I was pointing towards this building. You can see that it's more tilted, it's less realistic than everything, making sense because this is going to be the entrance to the nether. It definitely creates the right effect, but I wish I could push him farther back, but we just simply don't have enough room. Then now we can actually put a portal in here, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to connect it to that portal not up there. My guess is to put another portal in this direct location of where we are in the nether, so just divide it by 8, pretty simple. Alright, can't exactly connect it like I wanted to, but it's still good to have down here so we can get up there way quicker without using 2 rockets. That's also something we need to do. But now let's finish this fully. Perfect, we just added our last black windows like we've been doing, and now that building is officially done. Now we can just work on the in the inside of the layer. Act like that does not exist, like we've been doing for the rest of it. The way we're gonna combine these two buildings is with copper tubes pumping through them. That one's just gonna be light. This one's gonna be water. You see, that might not look like water, but after I put this, I can put water buckets in it and have a flowing, have some animation, and not being fully still like everything else is, which it kind of has to be, you know. They're blocked, they don't move. There you go. Water pumping there, energy pumping through there. Finally connecting these buildings. That's something I want to do. I'm gonna do it on the back here now. This one's more complicated considering we have a bend to it, but I'm pretty sure we can figure this out. Again, we can use this as our energy, and let's put on the copper right now. Our main problem is you can't put a trapdoor right here and right there, so we have to pick one or the other. But right now, we ran out of copper like usual, so I'm gonna go get some more, and we can put them on our super smelter and finally get that thing to work that we built this episode. Done. This only gave me a problem. I can't put a trapdoor right here, leaving it kind of weird. But also, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put strict birch logs just to give a little bit more texture. Bad word, it works. We're gonna use these pearlescent frog lights to make more tubes. The next one, gonna go in the place where we dive down, so we can actually light that place up. Because right now, when we don't have full bright on, you cannot see the salt. But here would definitely work. We're gonna have multiple tubes going through here, and just having this be pearlescent frog lights. Of course, just so we can see. Because right now, you can tell it is very dark, and we have about a couple stacks of copper down here that we can use to just breathe. That's done. Now let's get another one in here. This one being more like the other way, and being farther down with all the scaffolding helping us to keep up, which you can see did not do very much. I need more scaffolding so I can push myself that way. Tube number 2 is on the way. One problem I gotta face next episode is this, because this is really just bad. I need to find a better way to get up and down without it being too ugly and interfering with our new tubes. We're out of copper, but that actually lights this place up a lot more and gives it a bit more life. Because, you know, it's energy pumped through here that's coming from here. It also gives more purpose to our little power plant we built last episode. More and more tubing, just so we can see. Now, but we're running out of copper, so this is going to be our last one for the day. That definitely should more be enough. Our final task for this episode is to copy this path and make it a flooring over here. Just this little spot, and if we like it, we can continue on the next couple episodes. So I'm gonna start digging out the holes and we can start placing. And we're done. That's all the time we have for today. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.